Bam. The late adopter. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to a new Bitcoin Daily Show every single day, 9 a.m. Central European Time on the dollar. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing good. We are sitting on life support. I'm gonna show you some chart. Guys, today's plan is we do Bitcoin Daily, we do Bitcoin analysis, and then afterwards, maybe you should do some, couple of altcoins that I think are interesting, for trading right now, because I know everybody likes that. We just, we are not gonna do like random altcoins, but some altcoins that I think are interesting, just to give you, throw you a bone, that I think, might be looking okay. Now, of course, if Bitcoin drops down, everything drops down, but, as long as it goes sideways, it's doable. How's everybody doing in the chat, by the way? The center play is always here. Was Salim Batch, Homorm, Bjorna Trangmir from Trondheim. Martin is here, Batch, and Sasha and Richard is here as well. Hi everybody, how you guys doing? Did you miss me yesterday? Sorry, stuff happens. I was up, all night, and I slept through the Bitcoin Daily, and then you cannot do Bitcoin Daily, at 2 p.m. during the day, Bitcoin Daily has to be, in the morning. It's a morning daily. Good morning. A full moon coming. Yeah, we got a full moon coming on the Friday, so it's gonna be exciting. Today is Thursday, so one more day, and full moon. Ron Adopter is in the chat, so he's very excited about the full moons. So that might be that. But as long as you survive today, you're gonna do fine on from Friday on. I think that's I missed you, dude. I've been away for 1 day. Where is Selena? Huh? So yeah, so I'm gonna show you what I've been looking at the charts. You can already see the lines. This is 1 hourly time frame, so there's always that. So I'm gonna start with the charts, guys. Little bit coffee, a little bit chilling off my logo. Okay, let's see how the first before we start with the chart, let's see how what people think of if Carl the Moon will sell his NFT bags. Have you tried Fib circles? No way, man, I'm not going there. So will Carl the Moon be able to sell his NFT for more than $1 million? No, but with 40%, no 33%, and yes, only 25% think he will be able to sell it for more than $1 million. I'm a little bit unsure about that. Maybe at some point, but I don't know. Anybody who buys NFTs hopes to profit on them. So buying something for $1 million, I'm not quite sure if that's gonna be the case. Now, if he does that, I'm wrong. But I'm not into the art of the world. I don't know how the prices go up and down over there. So there's that. But if he does manage to sell it for over $1 million, that's gonna be insane. Best investment ever. But I don't know. I think he's big holding the NFT right now. I think he's big. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to the channel, the Carl, the Carl. He bought an NFT for $1 million, and now he's shilling it all over the place, trying to sell it. But I'm not quite sure if he's gonna be able to sell it. Okay, let's start with the charts over here on Bitcoin. As you can see here, there are a few lines up here, very nice lines. In the start, we had this resistance line and this downtrend line. So this was some kind of expanding downward wedge, expanding wedge towards downside. These are reversal patterns, so it should actually break to the upside. And we have been down here a lot of times. This support been holding for 1, 2, 3 times. This is some kind of double bottom here where we actually blew to upside. We had a bunch of divergences up here. We had the volume going down up here, so this pump was necessary. This pump came at the right time. The good thing about this falling expanding wedge is that we are holding the bottom top part. We are still at the top part of the wedge. Now the problem in this pattern over here right now, let me remove the moving averages for a second. The problem with the pattern over here right now is that it doesn't seem that it's there is pretty decent argument for why this is expanding wedge, but it can also be as a pennant. So this is a big impulsive move towards downside. You go into this pennant over here. These are usually continuation pattern, and you drop to the downside. Now how much you drop to the downside. Now I always draw, you know, pennants and triangles from, you know, top up here somewhere, you know, and then you go all the way down to the bottom, right? And that's usually where the target should be from the breakout, right? So breakout right now, it's all the way down. Actually, technically, the breakout is on the wedge at 56,900. I didn't even notice that. You know, here it was all the way down here. But if you drop right now, the target should be around, you know, exactly the same on bottom down here at this expanding wedge here. So it might be good if you do something like this and then, you know, go another move towards upside. So if you do another move towards downside, maybe something 57.3 or something like that. I was actually having these three targets up here, but you know, I was expecting some kind of dump down here. I was actually expecting some kind of dump down there, but you know, so the target should be around 57,000. Now there was somebody in the chat that says, in the Patreon chat that said that maybe the target should be, you know, be drawn after you know, the impulsive way to the downside, right, and then the breakout right after this one. So you know, something like 53,000. But you know, I think he was actually, you know, looking at this part up here. You know, and if you do this part, you know, impulsive way to the downside, it should be something like 56,000 too. Doesn't matter. But what you guys think? Do you think that the targets on these wedge on these pennants should be drawn? Which one? Let's do it like this. I'm gonna draw two. This is a blue, and we're gonna draw red. Okay, we're gonna draw red. Let me just change the color here a little bit. Okay, there's a red one. Yeah, red is not actually that nice color, but you know, whatever. There's a red one. So let's ask the chat. What target is correct one? Red, blue. What you guys think? What you guys think? Which one way is the correct way to draw the target up here on the pennants? Feel like the pennant is too big compared to the flag. You think so? I mean, on 1 hour it doesn't seem that way. The pennant is too big compared to the flag. Red. Yeah, I'm also on the red side, but you know, I know you can see blue. 12% says blue. 30% right now says blue. I think I'm also on the any kind of pennant, any kind of triangle, something like that. It's always the distance up here. It's only when it comes to bull flags. You have bull flags up here. And then you take the pole to, you know, extend towards the upside. So this is not bull flag, this is a bull flag. You extend to the upside. So bull flags are usually that, but that comes because bull flags are usually, oftentimes, they are channels and not triangles. And channels are, you know, the moves, because usually there is some kind of other channels up here, right? So you know, channels, you know, towards the upside. And that's why the bull flags do use the pole, but I don't think, you know, triangles use the pole. Triangles use the distance up here. At least that's my sense. So let's see here. 30 people voted. 73% red, 30% blue. I think that's pretty much done. Wick till blue, it will pull back to the red. Consider it is a bear flag. I'm not quite sure on that. So right now, maybe you're already right now dropping a little bit on the downside, so there's that. So anyways, you know, my assessment was first that we are in some kind of expanding channel here, but after looking at more carefully, I think we are in some kind of a pennant, because these bottoms down, this was engulfing candle, so they can be drawn. This is, you can see here, you see right now holding this support. So this over here looks a lot more legit to me right now. Now there was somebody in the chat saying that this is too big to be a pennant, but I don't think it's too big. If you look at just this as a pole, it's not, but you know, if you look at it all the way down through up here, it's pretty decent pennant, and you know, it can just continue towards downside, right? So this pennant over here, I think it is legit. I think it's decent pennant, so you know, we might have to, you know, look at the more downside down here if it starts breaking this. Now if it starts breaking this, of course we got the first support, this expanding channel down here at the bottom. We also got 57k support, and I don't think that's the support. support line. What's that support line? Let's go back a little bit in time and just see up here. We are actually breaking the 60. Yeah, we are breaking that, but there's a lot of support on the downside down here. Let me just quickly just like throw a bunch of lines down there. So let's see how this actually looks on the 4-hourly time frame for a second up here. Maybe 1 hourly, maybe we should go 1 hourly. Let's see up here. There is a bunch of supports just below us. We are just breaking the 60k support. But on the downside, you know, we got a 56, sorry, 57, 57.5, 58.3, 58.9. Also, there is, of course, the moving averages that might give us a nice support. So you see this 50 moving average. We are just sitting on the 50. We are actually technically just sitting on the 50 moving average. This might actually be nice right now. There is a huge support up here on the daily time frame, on the 50 moving average up here. We are sitting on that, on the dollar. Let's pull the line up here. That's the 50 moving average up there, and the weekly time frame it's all the way down there at 56.5. so you know, these are the most important levels. Let's see here, daily, and let's see 4-hourly time frame. Where is the 4-hourly time frame? 4-hourly time frame, where is the moving averages on the 4-hourly? That's we just cruised. So these are the most important levels. You can see all of the supports right now. Huge bunch of supports are right now kicking in at this very bottom up here. So if we start breaking this to the downside, we're gonna break a bunch of support. 1, 2, 3 supports, 4, 5. We got 6 supports down here. So there is a huge level of support right below us. That's the 50 moving average on the daily. We got a 10 moving average all the way down here at the weekly time frame. You know, but you know, never say never. You know, supports are there to be broken. But if you do go below this level up here, down here, we don't know if it's gonna do this, or all the way down to there. But you know, these are a bunch of supports. Now I don't think it's just gonna cross through everything, just gonna continue. It can do that, it can do like this, and then, you know, continue toward the downside. Never say never. Sorry about that. But you know, there is a whole bunch of supports down here. You can see here already here on the downside up here. You know, the supports are kicking in pretty decently. So what's gonna happen, guys? What's gonna happen? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. You know, we are looking for the breakout here. This was such a fake out towards the upside. I got my hopes so much towards the upside. Now, unfortunately, this is the 1-hourly time frame. So 1 hourly, who cares about it? You can see here on 1 hourly, we managed actually to get above there and, you know, hold it above there, you know, for a while. Then we close below 10 moving average, and we are right now getting pushed down by the 10 moving average on the downside. But I think there is a probability to hit at least 20 moving average before maybe if we lose oh man, it's really hard to say what's gonna happen. Like this looks like it goes to the downside. We did not close below this level here on the 4-hourly. You know, we still got 4 hours left. This is a new 4-hourly candle, so 3 hours and 45 minutes left to go. You know, if this candle had closed below, down here below this level, you know, I would be a lot more bearish than I am. So I'm not that very bearish. You know, there's still hope right now that this is gonna bounce towards the upside. Let's see 1 hourly. 1 hourly, it's just sitting on the support right now. You know, the live support, as we call it. So if he starts breaking these levels on the downside, that might look bad. Now we still haven't broken this level down here, over here, that we are, you know, going down with the wick right now. So whether it's gonna break it or not, hard thing to say. We can look at some metrics up here. Let's go to the 1 hourly time frame up here, and I'm going to show you that on the RSI is corrected. So right now RSI is not very helpful. So when we had a big impulsive move towards downside, you get this divergence, right? And this divergence as well with the price up here, sorry, with the MACD up here going towards the upside, moment going to upside, you had to have this pullback towards to the upside. Right now this pullback is finished. And you can see here in this part over here, the RSI is following the price right now. Can we zoom this a little bit over here? There is no divergence up here. Everything looks very nice indeed. So there is no divergence. So RSI is right now, you know, playing with the price on the 1 hourly time frame. Let's see the 4 hourly time frame, how this actually looks on the 4 hourly time frame. There is a little hidden bullish divergence here, but you know, if this drops even more down there, there will be no divergence. You know, it's not closed. Looks like it wants to give us this cross up here on the 4-hourly time frame, but you know, it's a big hope down there. We are increasing the momentum towards the downside right now, so you know, and hitting this 50 moving average. But there is the thing to note here, you know, there is no help in the indicators right now because indicators are following the price right now. So let's see the volume, how the volume is actually looking up here for a second. Just remove some of these lines. We can also, you know, hide everything so it's easier to see down here. So the price is, you know, going towards downside, but the volume is also tanking towards the downside. Look here, it's basically, you know, the volume is basically tanking towards downside. Let's just clear everything while we do this. It's tanking to the downside ever since up here, right? So we have been going towards downside, but the volume is also tanking towards the downside, which is actually a good thing because that shows, you know, there is no interest in the price going down. So you know, it might just help us, you know, overcome this. So let's go a little bit back in time over here and go to the 4-hourly time frame and see how the 4-hourly looks like. We're still going towards the downside over here. It's too early to call, but you know, the volume is technically in entire this move up here. It's still going towards the downside. There is a lot of volume going in here. There's a lot of happening, but you know, the volume is technically still going towards the downside, and that's a good thing. You know, when you go to downside, if the volume is crashing, it means, you know, you are hitting some kind of a bottom down there or over here right now. Did we just break the 53.6 up here? No, we are still sitting on that, on the 1-hourly time frame up here. So it's really hard to say what's gonna happen. Like if we break on the downside, we get a lot of support right below us, right? We get a huge amount of support right below us down here. So which one of these support is gonna hold all the way down to 56? There is so much support right now. Every single of these lines is legit support line that can hold. We also got this downtrend expanding wedge that's going on over here. So you know, right now if you drop hard towards the downside, you know, it looks probably like something like 57.5 or something like that. But you know, depends on the time. We might all the way go down to some kind of 56,000 levels. I'm a little bit unsure if you're gonna hit the 55k or something like that, but you know, 56k might be in the books if you do break on the downside down here. Now, if you pop the moving averages, what you're gonna see here on the moving averages, let's just remove this because it's very annoying to look at. You know, let's remove all the support lines as well because we just want to look at the triangle. So what you're gonna notice here on the chart up here is that on 1 hourly, 10, 20 and 50 moving averages right up here, and as long as it's you know, as long as we are below the moving average, of course there is always probability to break to the downside. Now what often does happen, and I've been saying this over and over again because I've noticed the same pattern, you know, price goes down and gets pushed by the moving averages, right? It gets pushed by the moving averages. Let me use something else. The price gets pushed down by the moving averages. So you know, price, you know, the moving averages goes down and the price gets pushed down by the moving averages. But if the price can manage to hold the support and you know, at the end of this rally, you know, jumps above the moving averages, that's gonna be the very first sign that we are gonna explode towards the upside. Because oftentimes when you are coming towards the end of any kind of pattern, triangle or you know, pennant or something like that, oftentimes what happens is that you get pushed down by the moving averages until the ending of the pattern, but the support is still holding, and as long as support is holding, you know, something gotta give. You know, you gotta go towards the upside, towards the, you know, you either have to break the support or the moving averages have to give in, right? So if the moving averages give in and we jump above the moving average, that's gonna be the single most important move for Bitcoin right now, even before we break the up here. Even before we break the resistance, that we are going towards the upside. So that's what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at the support. Support needs to hold, right? This support needs to hold, because if we fail the support on the downside, that means that these moving averages is just gonna, you know, crush us to all the way towards the downside. But if we can manage to hold the support up here and jump above the moving averages, jump above these moving averages up here, where are they? Jump above these moving averages up here. That's gonna be one of the first steps towards, you know, the next move towards the upside. And that's like the way I see it, that's the only thing that can help us right now. So we got this you know, downtrend downtrend moving average line. We got a support line, very nice support line up here. And this cannot go over forever. This goes something like this. So this is like this is 1 hourly chart. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Within 6 hours, maximum 6 hours, we're gonna know whether we're gonna go towards the downside or we're gonna go towards the upside above the moving averages. So that's at least that's the way I look at it. Because if you break to the downside, you know, you are breaking very important support line down here. You're also breaking this level of support up here, and you know, the more downside does seem legit. Now, if we do break on the upside, you know, this is the pattern that I often see in any kind of triangles. You will see these moving averages coming for the price. You know, they go something like this, then they start pushing the price towards downside, but price is not breaking the support, and then suddenly, for whatever reason, just bam, like pops towards the upside above the moving averages, consolidates here a little bit, pop above the, you know, triangle, you know, get some kind of pullback, and it's off to the races towards the upside. You know, so that's the most bullish scenario that I can see right now. I'm not gonna say that, you know, it is gonna go up and gonna go down right now, because right now, you know, any kind of pattern, any kind of, you know, consolidation pattern like a pennant or triangle, at the end of the, you know, it's really difficult to say, you know, which way it's gonna, you know, blow off. The thing that we have to understand is that, you know, these pennants are continuation patterns, and they do tend to break to the downside. Now, in very bullish markets, they can also be reversal patterns for whatever reason. So, you know, we are more inclined right now to go towards downside, but if we do manage to make some moves up here, we might actually exit it to the upside as well. So we're gonna see that. I'm not saying either, you know, towards downside, towards the upside. You know, I think this is a very good hopium to get above these moving averages and bounce up here, but, you know, we gotta always, you know, understand that this is a pennant. Pennants breaks in the direction where they came from. So if we break to the downside, we are looking at some kind of 57 level down here, give or take. You know, some kind of 57 level down there, right? Because, you know, the breakout, you know, it's gonna be if we break on the downside, it's gonna be this expanding wedge to the downside again, down here at 57,557, give or take. It's in ballpark area, right? If we break on the downside, and that move down there might be the decisive, you know, bearish move that might actually, you know, kick us back into gear towards the upside again, you know, and get us above the resistance and towards the upside, right? So that's what I'm looking at right now. I don't see any other patterns that are really important right now. Let's see down here, is there any kind of no, it doesn't make sense. No, I don't see any kind of other patterns. So if chat does see any kind of other patterns, please do tell me. Okay, guys, what do you think about this? Now we're gonna I'm gonna, you know, show you a couple of altcoins that I think are performing well. You know, I mean, you are probably not seeing these altcoins as well, you know, but we're gonna talk about them and see what I think about them, because everybody's talking about it. But let's see what chat is thinking first. Good morning. The graph thoughts, it's the Google of internet. That's my thoughts. I don't know. It's an inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, there's also that inverse head and shoulders. But you know, inverse head and shoulders should have played out. Now it did not play out. So I was thinking something like this up here, down here, up, down, up here, down, and you know, this was supposed to be the breakout, but the breakout failed to the downside. So I think inverse head and shoulders kind of failed. Algo pump, what happened? I don't know, it just, you know, went crazy. The big head and shoulders. This is making some moves as previous and following Wyckoff. I'm not really good at Wyckoff. There is this that the guy on, you know, on YouTube that, you know, everybody's copying. I don't know what his name is. The Incredibles or something like that, and he's good at Wyckoff, you know. Each time drops, all say it will go super low so they can buy, but it never goes, never does. 80, 58, 60 is the low, up from 50 and not down. Maybe next leg up is it breaks. maybe next level. I'm not, you know, in these kind of situations, you know, there is a lot of people that are long in this right now because they are long in the sport, and as soon as sport breaks, they're gonna exit the trade, right? So a lot of traders are long in this right now because they see the pennant, they see the hope, but you know, they also know that the pennant is you know, continuation pattern, so they're kind of sitting on the sidelines a little bit, you know, waiting for some kind of breakout, maybe pullback, and then, you know, go for the short over here. There is always that, right? Gala Gaming, please. Yeah, Gala did like 100% yesterday or something like that, some crazy numbers, but today is like minus 3%. Coinskin mentioned a 4-hourly W button. Yeah, the W button is here on the 4-hourly. It's not on, it's on 1-hourly. 4-hourly W button. Oh, maybe over here. Maybe he's thinking that it's gonna be you know, some kind of double button down here. Maybe it's gonna be, but I don't see right now on 4-hourly. I see, you know, I see 1-hourly double button down here that actually might hold. But you know, we need continuation. This line is the, you know, be all end all line, alpha and omega line, the what a Bitcoin survives or not. So this is the line that you have to get above, right? You can see how many times you have tried, you know, to break this line. It's insane. It's just insane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. And you know what we say, you know, when some lines is, you know, tested like 7, 8 times, you know, it's pretty decent you know, resistance or support. So right now this is not a good sign for Bitcoin right now, that is testing it this many times. I know that people say, you know, the more you know, the line gets hit, the weaker it gets. It's not actually like that. It's not actually like that. Like couple of times, 1, 2, 3 times, 4 times, sure, it gets weaker, you break to the upside. But when you go 5, 6 times, 7, 8 times, like how many times are you gonna test the line? So you know, I don't see that as a very bullish sentiment when it comes to that. Also, we are below the moving average. That's not a bullish sentiment, but it all depends if this support line is gonna fail. If this support line fails on the downside, we are going to some kind of 57,000 levels down here. I think. I mean, there is hope. Of course, we're gonna, you know, just stop here at 58 or something like that, and you know, bounce up again, because like we saw before, we can go a little bit back in time up here. As we saw before, there is a lot of support right over here kicking in right now. Let's just remove this one. This is at 59.5, this is at 58.9, 58.3, 57.4, 56.9, 56.6. You know, there's a lot of support. You know, so if we do breakout, we can have some kind of maybe it's gonna be, you know, fake out towards downside, and on any of these lines. Right? So you know, it can definitely do that. Also, we have really nicely support here at 59.8. You know, so we're gonna see how that actually looks. Looks like PNB will be invalidated this month. We don't know, man. We don't know. We said like 60% within 2 weeks. That's pretty much doable if we can actually turn this around. Maybe it's just, you know how the rubber band works, guys. You know how the rubber band, you know, when you stretch the rubber band, you can only stretch it so much, right? But when you pull it back, like and you push it down, push up, but at the end of, you know, cannot push it down anymore. Like, you cannot stretch the rubber band. And what happens then, guys? What happens then when the rubber band is stretched, like, and you release it? 60% to the upside, guys. So that's happened. Do not question plan B. Yeah, there you go. Market Wizard says, do not question plan B. Hey, Market Wizard, did you change name from the, whatever the name was earlier in the chat? Did you just change the name? Yeah, you did just change the name. No, you didn't. Did you change the name during the stream? That's what I want to know. Plan B missed last month, 3%, 10% wrong this month. Everyone's saying 53, lol, it will never happen. Well, we said it, you know, 58 won't happen, but, you know, we hit 58. So, you know, there's that. Broke very important level support, and once you do that, like, pound. Okay, that's Bitcoin, guys. You know, this can take like 5-6 more hours. You know, this triangle can take like 5-6 more hours to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Like it can take more than 5-6 hours to, you know, to end here. it can take you know, until tomorrow. It can take like 24 hours to get to the ending of the triangle, but because of these moving averages are going straight down over here, I think it is like 6 hours before we actually know what's gonna happen. That's why I'm saying 6 hours left. Thanks for being you. Good luck to everyone. Sweet Lou, $5. Thanks for the money, man. Appreciate it. What is Gala Gaming? I have absolutely no clue, but it did like big pump yesterday, so everybody's like talking about it today. Longer it takes to dump, the less likely it will sell volume is weakening, same as if we keep hitting our head, we break down. If we can break down, we can break below, or reversal will come. We'll see that. There's always that. Okay, that's Bitcoin. Let's look at some altcoins, because I thought, you know, during the morning stream I can show you like what I am looking at right now, like what does look like strong right now. Now of course there's Mana. Mana looks very strong right now, and Mana, it's, you know, trying to break out. Right now it's going through some kind of consolidation up here at the end because it just pumped too much up here. Mana just pumped too much up towards the upside up here. Let's clean up everything and, you know, start, you know, from the scratch up here. You'll see that Mana has you know, had a big move up here towards the upside, and for the 3 last weeks it has just been going sideways. So this is the weekly time frame. This is the 500% move we did up here, 540% move. So of course the bullish thing is we are not getting any kind of, you know, big pullback on this, so there is definitely huge bullishness on the volumes on Mana right now. The bad thing is that we are going towards the upside with the declining volume here for the 3 weeks right now, so this is not actually a good move. So this can go a little bit more towards the upside before I think we need to have some kind of pullback down here and, you know, do another move towards the upside. So I don't like that the volume is declining on the weekly time frame, but it can also be a fine thing because you know, the volume should be declining in any kind of you know, consolidation phase. Now what you're gonna notice here, there's a couple of things that happened yesterday on Mana. Number one, where is it? This is the resistance right now. It's trying to break, but on the 4 hourly, where was it? Yeah, this is the 4 hourly. We actually managed to get a higher high. Let's go to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, yesterday we managed to break this very important resistance up here on Mana, and of course today it's pumping. Now it's only pumping to the next resistance, which is here at the top, and you can see here it, you know, it pulled back above it right now, stopping. That's why I'm saying we maybe need some kind of consolidation here for the rest of the day. That might be interesting, but you know, if it can manage to cross above this again over here, it might actually just continue towards the upside. Now there is big divergences going on down here. actually there is no divergence. Let's see the 2 days up here. Let's see 2 days. Yeah, so there is divergence going on over here. So and the momentum is kind of failing towards downside, and the volume is also, you know, going towards downside as we are climbing towards upside. So this move towards upside is not very strong move towards the upside, but it can continue for a while more. That's why I'm seeing a lot of people trading this, because it is, you know, it is trying to go towards the upside. Right now it is still above the 10-20 moving average here on the daily time frame. It might break if it can manage to close above this line up here. What's this line? If it can manage today to close above this line, I think it can do another pretty decent pump towards the upside. So it's always interesting to see. Right now it's sitting at resistance, so it's not a very good time to go long or anything like that, right? You don't want to, you know, long the resistance. You want to long the down here at the support, right? You know, but it is interesting that if it can manage to, you know, to break this during the day, that it might continue going. Sand as well has been performing very nicely towards the upside up here. And let's see the 2 day here before. Yeah, there is also divergence going on up here on the sand right now, but it is, you know, trying to get going higher. It is also breaking the daily. Let's remove everything on the sand up here. It is also breaking the daily daily high up here. It's right now pumping towards the upside. The volume is still declining. No, the volume is actually going towards the upside. So this actually looks very nice. Even though you got the divergence up here, the volume is actually going towards the upside. So as long as the volume is going towards the upside, this move looks legit. So right now I think Sand looks a little bit more bullish than Mana, but both of these coins are right now, you know, big things in crypto, because, you know, when everything goes down, you know, they are actually performing very good towards the upside. So Mana and Sand. The third coin everybody's talking about is Rose right now, because Rose did, you know, big moves to the you know, towards the upside. It didn't have any kind of pullback. Let's remove everything up here so we can start over again. We had this, you know, we can just remove some lines, doesn't matter. Okay, these lines, you know, we can keep the rest of the lines, it's okay. So what you're gonna see here is that Rose had a small triangle up here, that it broke out of the triangle and went all the way up to the top up here. The top up here is created by the daily, let's see, daily or weekly time frame, weekly tops up here. So you can see we went already up there to the target at 0.3 on Rose, and we created right now something what's called cup and handle pattern. If cup and handle pattern, the target is at 0.54. Now the 0.54 is only gonna happen after we break and close above this level up here. That's gonna be a 0.31 or something like that. So that's what everybody's looking at. How long that's gonna take and how this move is gonna, you know, develop towards the upside. Are we just gonna go sideways up here before we break and go towards the upside? I don't know, but right now everybody's talking about this, and this is what I see on the chart. That's the, you know, cup and handle pattern up here, and looking, you know, to get up to the upside. So right now, you know, Mana, Sand, Rose are big things, and the fourth one is Algo. So everybody's talking about Algo right now. This is weekly, still down on the weekly time frame, but you know, on the daily it had a big move towards the upside, and of course had a big move towards the downside as well. This was actually, you know, 81% move towards the upside. I don't know why it pumped so much. It's still below the moving averages. It's still, you know, broke on the downside and pumped. Right now sitting just below the moving averages up here. So let's see what's happening up here. Let's go to the weekly time frame and see some lines. Let's clear up everything first and start over again. So what you're gonna see is that we are on the weekly time frame just hugging this 10 moving average up here, and what has to happen is that we have to, you know, bounce towards the upside. So this gets super bullish on the weekly time frame once we pass 1.98, because 1.98 was previous resistance. So if you can do that, if you can break that this to the upside, that's gonna actually look quite nice. Now today is Thursday, so you got still like 3-4 days left to break this to the upside, close towards the upside. But if we do close below this white line, this 10 moving average on the weekly time frame, that's not gonna look that good. Let's go to now into let's just put another interesting resistance line up here at 2.37, and let's go to the daily time frame, and we can maybe move this a little bit here so we can see it nicer. There we go. So what happened over here actually? Well, there was definitely some kind of triangle going on the chart up here. Let's use this one up here. Maybe it should have been down there, give or take, something like that, right? And the bottom line looks pretty legit because it's pretty easy to draw this one, something like this. So what happened here, we went into some kind of sideways motion up here, and then we tried to go up, you know, towards the upside, hit this resistance that we just drew at 2.37, and then we dumped big time on downside, 200 moving average and bounce. But over here I think I saw something on the volume. So volume kicked in on this candle up here, that's daily. But if you go down, in the charts, if you go down to the 4-hourly time frame, 1-hourly time frame, maybe even 1 hour time frame, yeah, 1-hourly, 4-hourly time frame, you can see that this, you know, the volume started going down here, and it started going towards the upside, and suddenly explode towards the upside. Number one, it broke the resistance towards the upside, the same the resistance that Bitcoin has right now. This also has somewhere up here, but it should even be lower down here, because this is the breaking point. Maybe it should be something like this, give or take. So it broke this on the upside, right, and then it went had this small move towards the downside. Now why did the 83% move? I do not know. And you know, in technical analysis we don't always know why the, you know, certain big moves happen, why something goes like 50%, why something goes like 200% up. So maybe there is some kind of news on Algo, maybe there is a lot of bullshit, maybe the whale came in, saw this, you know, and you know, pressed the buy button, and you know, it bought an entire order book, you know, 80% towards the upside. Was this a minute move or 5 minutes move, 10, 15 minutes move, 5 minutes move? This was actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes towards the top. So this went on for 6 minutes. There is no way you can catch this unless you are, you know, already there. There is literally no way to catch this. You know, traders cannot catch this unless they already are, you know, in the market down here, you know. And even when it pumps up here, the first thing everybody's gonna do when they see a 6 minute 86% pump, you know, double top up here to the upside on a 1 minute chart, they are like, let's sell this, guys, let's sell this. So what's happening right now? It's a big sell-off, and you can see big sell-off, you know, has been happening. So this still technically did move towards the upside, but the big sell-off did happen. And we are, you know, just sitting down here below the support levels here on the 4-hourly time frame. On the daily, we are all again below, you know, below the triangle. We are below the moving average. So I don't think, you know, this looks that good. So although, you know, everybody's talking about algo and stuff like that, I don't think it looks that bullish right now. It might look bullish if we can close above 1.98 up here or something like that, but I don't think this looks very bullish right now. It was big move, you know, six minutes, you know, 86% move. That's a big move. But right now, you know, after this pullback and stuff like that, we're just back at the start. It might just continue towards the upside, but I think it needs to get above 198 to be interesting. So, you know, just because you see 86%, you know, moves towards the upside, it doesn't always mean that, you know, you should FOMO into that. You know, doesn't always mean you should FOMO into that. Nike, you invest in XRP. Could you please have a look at XRP? You know, so Mana right now is interesting because there is a lot of volatility, but it might be coming to some kind of, you know, resistance right now and have a pullback down here. But if it does break 3.6 out eventually during the day or something like that, it might continue have a nice pump to the upside. So I think Mana right now and Sand is also been going nicely towards the upside for a couple of days right now. The volume is definitely going down. There is some kind of divergence up here. It is a little bit extended from the moving average, so maybe it's going to consolidate or have a pullback down here. You know, it might have a nice move towards the upside as well. So this might be some kind of you know, interesting move, but it might also be coming to some kind of top right now. So I'm not saying that this is very tradable to the upside. It might be tradable to the downside, but you know, everybody's talking about Mana, Sand, Rose, Algo, right? So you just heard about Algo, and Rose also hitting the slide, might have some kind of cup and handle, but you know, most likely right now the thing that's gonna happen, I think, is consolidation before we break Rose to the upside and then continue again. Is there anything else that's right now, you know, big news? Heck, 6% now, DYDX. Jasmine up 22%. Jasmine, let's see Jasmine down here. Is Jasmine breaking the trend down here? So Jasmine had, you know, Jasmine was, I don't know why, but this Japanese stuff, you know, did. Nah, I think still, I still think it's in a downtrend. Although even there was 20% move, we just hit, you know, 10-20 moving average dump here, and it still haven't broken the trend line up here towards the upside. Just Jasmine still looks kind of weak to me, Sweet loop, Matic Ara, thanks. Oh, there's nothing happening with Matic Ara. I'm gonna make videos on YouTube with Matic and Ara. Matic is holding some kind of support, and ADA is right now breaking the 200 moving average on the daily. Wow. ADA is just bleeding towards downside like I don't know what, man. Look at this. It's going below 200 moving average. It needs like if it closes below 200 moving average on the daily, guys, I think that's, you know, it's gonna start looking really bad for a Cardano, because you know, you don't want to break below 200 moving average down here. And let's go back to the BTC. What's happening in BTC? Sitting at this 50 moving average. Let's go to the 1 hourly time frame and see what's happening. It's just a slow move. I think, you know, I think I'm a little bit, you know what, I'm neither bullish nor bearish. I'm waiting for this small triangle up here to play out. Whichever side we break out, you know, that's gonna be the dominant side, so we're gonna see that. So we are not quite there yet. And that's it, guys. Those are some, you know, some altcoins. That's that's the Bitcoin. Hope you enjoyed the show, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. 53 minutes in. So, you know, At least that's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at, you know, those are interesting, but, you know, we are still looking at, you know, Shiba, and we are looking at, you know, other coins, stuff like that. But, you know, right now, the most interesting is Mana, Sand, because they are very volatile. Algo right now, it's interesting because everybody's talking about the Rose did very nicely towards the upside, right now having a pullback. But everything looks very weak. Also, Bitcoin, if Bitcoin start dropping here on the downside, it might look actually quite bad. So, let's see the 5-minute chart up here, how the 5-minute chart looks. He's just kind of sitting down here at this support level at 59.5. It's getting lower lows. Scary, scary. Auto like as usual. Tiela, you don't remember my name. Yeah, I do remember your name, man. Market Cipher. Like and subscribe. Michael Alcon doing the job. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. You came late. Maybe we should continue. Maybe we should continue stream, because I have a feeling if right now we are slowly breaking this downside. I have a feeling if we drop to the downside, you know, everybody, you know, is gonna FOMO into the stream. It's good to invent in ants ether. I don't know. Smash the like button, everybody. Smash the like button. So Litecoin follows Bitcoin, so Litecoin, there is no support hodling. Let's see Litecoin, because might give us some kind of indication of what's happening in Bitcoin. Let's go to the daily time frame up here. There is no hodling of support. It's actually breaking the support to the downside. So if there is any kind of support, it's down here at 50 moving average at 200. So, you know, you still got a wall left to go towards downside. So if you're looking for Litecoin to give you some kind of indication of what Bitcoin is gonna do, I think, you know, 200, you know, down at least the 200 here for retest before we go towards the upside. But it's not like it's sitting on any kind of support. It's not like sitting at any kind of support. And yeah, I don't know. Bitcoin is kind of, don't know what you want to do. Don't know what you want to do. Let's see 30-minute chart up here. Getting crushed by the 10 moving average to the downside. It's gonna take a while. I don't know if I'm gonna stream that. Maybe I should do some videos, something like that. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hitting the like button on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Every single day, Bitcoin Daily Show, 9 AM Central European Time. Come here tomorrow. If you don't see notifications, just come here, 9 AM Central European Time. There will be live stream, and we will see what Bitcoin is up to next. If this drops badly towards downside, you know, there is a lot of fear and panic. We will do a live stream, emergency live stream, panic live stream, whatever you want to call it. You know, we'll do, you know, warning live stream. We do that from time to time. Those are very exciting. So do subscribe to the channel, hit notifications button, you know, and all and everything, right? And, you know, come back because, you know, if something happens, if something big happens, we'll do big, you know, live stream, panic live stream. Emergency click. Yeah, it's gonna be like, you know, crypto clickbait video with a bigger. It's panicking. So as soon as we start breaking this to the, maybe there is gonna be a, you know, emergency live stream in next 30 minutes. I don't know. That's why you need to have notifications on. It's not gonna drop. The moon will save us. But the moon is on Friday. It's only you know, Thursday today. So we gotta, you know, one more less drop again. You know, see my Bybit link or else. Block with the pump. Stay. I'm panicking now. Why are you panicking? You crypto vulture. You said it's gonna go down to 55K. Why are you panicking, man? Come on. Yeah, there we go. We are dropping. Are we gonna drop below this 55 support? We got 11 minutes left on the 1 hourly. Let's see 4 hourly time frame. 3 hours left on the 4. Let's see 30 minutes, 11 minutes left. Right, we are breaking this to the downside. So I'm gonna stream for 11 minutes just to see if this drops to the downside. Magic 8 ball. Tira, where's your stop button? I don't know where the stop button is. Sasha Veresh. Where's your green name, by the way? Sasha. Ah, he's different Sasha. He's different Sasha. Day for the Bitcoin price. Today is critical for Bitcoin history. And the next day, the same story. So, are we gonna stream for the next 11 minutes? I don't know, man. I don't know if I wanna stream for the next 11 minutes to see if this is gonna break or not. It's still 11 minutes left, man. It's still 11 minutes left. This line up here, important line. It's actually, yeah, 11 minutes left. Stay 11 minutes, mate. I don't know if I'm gonna wanna stay 11 minutes, mate. I got no more content to give out. I could be looking at altcoins, you know, but that's boring right now because, you know, Bitcoin is, you know, dropping to the downside. Dogecoin dropping out of Dogecoin actually broke already to the downside after this triangle up here. So it's already been going down. Shiba broke to the downside. So altcoins did break to the downside. You can see here altcoins did already break to the downside. So it's only Bitcoin that's not breaking to the downside yet. XRP didn't break the downside, but it looks like it's gonna break the downside very soon. Like it's sitting on the live support up here. VeChain broke to the downside. So everything broke to the downside. Now this might be a big dump because altcoins are all, you know, Bitcoin is not dropping that much, but altcoins are bleeding like crazy. So this dump might be, you know, super big for altcoins, I think. I think for altcoins this might be a super big dump. BTC dominance going up. Yeah, BTC dominance going up right now because I see, you know, yesterday or something like that, like Bitcoin was down like minus 2-3% when was it, a couple days ago, and you know the altcoins were down like 1-2%. So you know Bitcoin was down more than altcoins, but right now Bitcoin is minus 1.3% and altcoins like 2-3-4% up. So I think if Bitcoin dumps right now, everything is gonna, you know, go to shitters. All alts pumping. There is no alts pumping. I don't see any alts pumping right now. I see everything going down actually. Still holding the support, but you know altcoins are not actually performing that well. Shiba fell down. Zilka, Phantom, Cardano. Wow, one has actually been climbing for a whole time. It's not breaking any resistance or anything like that. Still holding support just up to the 10 moving average on daily. Even though it's green, it's not that optimistic right now. How many minutes left? 8 minutes left. Okay, maybe we're gonna see the close on the 8 minutes left. I don't know what are we gonna do. Storage and mana going up. Mana is not that. I mean, it's interesting to trade towards upside and downside, but it all depends if the daily is gonna close above 3.6 or not. If the daily closes above 3.6, maybe, but then there is you know, divergence and stuff like that happening over here. So you know. Futures expire tomorrow, then Thanksgiving holiday. Close the subscribe banner, please. Yeah, sorry about that. What's Squid Game token price? Yeah, let's check out Squid Game token, guys. Let's check out Squid Game token. By the way, we are at neutral now, fear and greed index. I think, guys, not right now. What kind of guru are you using right now? I use Dex Guru because I think it's the best right now. But I see a lot of people using, you know, still, you know, the pool coin or whatever. Squid something, Squid BSC. Wow, this is a lot of liquidity, Squid. But I think it's this one down here. This can be, this isn't the token, this is something other. This is not it. Let's go to CoinCap. We're gonna Squid Game. This is the one. Let's copy the address and go here and type in the address name. That's the one. That's the one. That's the Squid Game. That's the coin. 7 minutes to go. Yeah, 7 minutes to go. 140. Face kid, you want the real? I think it's this one, but you know, if we can just load the chart, so it's gonna be nice. There we go. Is this the one? Why is there no data on it? Yeah, this is the one. There you can see here a bigger dump on the downside. Now, if you go like this up here, see here. So it, you know, people started buying back from the bottom again, you know, and then it went something like, I don't know. People who bought up here, you know, they got like 44x, 45x as well, you know, so they sold as well, you know, again. So yeah, I think it's that. Like, can you do another move towards upside? Sure, it can do another move towards upside, but you know, it's gambling. It's gambling, guys. It's gambling. Who knows what Link is gonna do, right? Not Link, but the Squid. Who knows what Squid is gonna do? Hopefully, Plan B is not Plan B. Hi, chain link that. No, it's not that. It's just like, you know, everything's pulling towards the downside. Do you see parabolic run on alts in December or January or February? Depends on this move. Depends on how, if we can recover. I'm short-term analyst, so you know, we're gonna see what happens short-term. We're gonna see what happens, you know, after this dump. We're gonna see how far down we go, which supports we break, and then on the move towards the upside, we're gonna see, you know, which resistance we break to the upside or which resistance get rejected. So then we're gonna, you know, decide whether, you know, we are bullish or bearish. But right now we are a little bit more bearish than bullish. Bull's looking a little tired. Good morning. Good morning, Edward. Too good. How you doing? How is the moons playing for the December 4 run? Yeah, how are the moons playing? Well, on the 19th we're getting the pump moon, so you know, right now we have been dumping a lot towards downside. So I explained in the Patreon group that this move towards the downside is not as bad as people think. Let's clean up everything. So I'm gonna show you what I think here. Oftentimes what happens when you dump through important resistance, oftentimes what happens when you dump to important resistance, you just don't go, you know, all the way to the downside. You have these pullbacks towards the upside. So what I'm looking for right now is some kind of pullback back to some kind of 63,000 level. Okay, so maybe it's gonna be some kind of weak on downside, but I'm looking, you know, pullback back to these moving averages. This triangle has to be tested. Now if you get rejected by the triangle, that's when things start looking bad, right? So you go towards the upside, you get rejected, and that's that's when, you know, because this isn't a bear indicator. Just going down, it doesn't mean anything. You're just going down. What it indicates, you know, that you are bearish if you start going towards the upside, and then you hit some kind of very important levels of resistance, and then you get rejected by that. The rejection is the big part, okay? So the rejection, we need to see rejection right now. Right now there is no rejection here. It was some kind of rising wedge up here, right? So we need to go towards the upside. We need to test certain levels of importance, and if we get rejected by those levels towards the downside and then break the previous lows down here at 60k again, that's when things turn from, you know, good to bad. But right now they're not very bad. They're just okay, you know, they're just like normal movement towards the downside, if there is any such thing. Normal movement towards downside. Nothing to worry about, folks. Just chill and buy if you have profits on the sidelines. 5 seconds to candle close. Oh, it's let's go back to the charts. Let's go to the 1 hourly, see where we are closing right now. We are closing above, which is actually quite nice. We actually managed to, you know, pump up above the resistance now, 59. We pumped above the support up here. It looks like it's gonna close above the support. 5-minute chart looks nice. It's gonna close up there above 10 and 20 moving average. Could not. Wow, that's close. Wow, I think a fighter jet just flew over my house. Not a joke. A fighter jet flew over my house. What's happening, guys? What's happening in Norway? Why are fighter jets flying over my house? So 1 hourly did close above the resistance. We are still getting pushed towards the downside, but we are a little extended from the moving average. So I'm seeing some kind of, you know, test on the moving averages before we actually get to the downside. So this is gonna take time, guys. It's gonna take a little while. I don't think it's gonna be right now that we are gonna drop instantly right now. So we're gonna see. It's a UFO. I'm pretty sure it's a fighter jet. It was flying like super fast. Tila, what about Hippo? Yeah, so, you know, sometimes oftentimes I'll see, you know, planes, you know, big planes and stuff like that, but, you know, fighter jets, not that much. So fighter jet flew over my house, literally. Mother Russia. I don't know who's playing peace, but that's that. Anyways, guys, now I can pop it out. Subscribe to the channel for more, you know, to get all of the emergency, urgent, warning, panic live streams, because we do those. So if these start dropping towards downside, I'll pop the, you know, emergency live stream. You wanna catch that, so hit the notifications button on and stuff like that. Also, hit like button on the way out. That's that, guys. That's that. Nothing happened, unfortunately. No, no happening right now. Maybe happening later, but I think this is gonna take a while. This is gonna take a couple hours before we actually drop to the downside. So, you know, there is still some kind of hope here. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. See you tomorrow, same time, same place.